Entitled neighbor tries to claim to my delivery package is theirs. I got home from work a little while ago and got a notification that my package was almost here, so I went outside to wait for it. Sure enough, the delivery truck pulled up. The driver knows me, and as I'm signing for my package, who comes storming over? My entitled neighbor. If you've heard my past stories, yes, this is the same neighbor. The one who already has a restraining order against her because of all the nonsense she's pulled before. She's tried to send her sister and her sister's kids to trespass on my property. She's harassed me more times than I can count, and clearly, she still hasn't learned her lesson. She kept her distance at first, but immediately started demanding the package the driver was holding. The driver told her flat out, "It's not your package, and I can't give it to you." That should have been the end of it. But no, she doubled down, saying that if he didn't hand it over, she'd just storm over and grab it herself. At that point, I had to step in. I told her, "If you take another step forward, you're breaking the restraining order. You know you're not allowed within a certain distance of me." She didn't care. She marched right up anyway and started screaming at me. "And get this," she yelled, "because of you, I'm separated from my husband and heading for divorce." I couldn't help myself. I told her the truth. If you hadn't been acting the way you've been acting, your husband wouldn't be leaving you. He's just tired of your entitled behavior. That shut her up. Eventually, she stomped back to her house. But I wasn't about to let that slide. I got the delivery driver's name and number so he could testify that she broke the restraining order. Then I called the police. A few minutes later, while I was still outside, I heard her from across the way, absolutely losing it, screaming, "I didn't break any restraining order." Update. The next morning, August 30th, I went down to check my mailbox. That's when her husband walked over. He's not on the restraining order, so he's allowed to come by. And you know what he told me? He wasn't sorry for the loud scream I heard the night before, because that was her yelling at the police. Apparently, when they showed up, she completely lost it. She got herself arrested for breaking the terms of the restraining order, for assaulting an officer, and for resisting arrest. And to make it even better, she actually tried to call him from jail asking for bail money, and he told her no, he's not paying for that. So, looks like her entitled behavior finally caught up with her. Entitled bride tried to ruin my career over raw footage. I'm 40 years old and I've been a professional videographer for years. Most of the time, things go smoothly because I'm strict about contracts and keep everything in writing. That way there's no confusion, no last-minute surprises. But then I met her. This particular client booked my basic wedding package about 6 months in advance. That package includes 6 hours of filming, a highlight reel, and a short film. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. From the very start, the wedding itself was stressful. She kept bossing me around like I was her personal assistant instead of the videographer. But I did my job, kept professional, and delivered everything she paid for. And I delivered it on time. And then, the problems began. The moment she received her final edits, she demanded all the raw footage. I explained to her, again, that raw footage is not included. It wasn't in the package, it wasn't in the contract, and honestly, no professional just hands over hours of unedited files. Those files are huge, filled with duplicate shots, shaky footage, and test clips. And once you hand them over, people use them, complain when it looks bad, and your reputation is the one that suffers. She didn't care. She became aggressive. She accused me of stealing her memories. She told me I was trying to ruin her wedding. She even threatened to destroy my career online if I didn't hand everything over. At one point, she even broke down crying on the phone, trying to guilt-trip me. She said she couldn't relive her big day unless she had every single second I filmed. But when the crying didn't work, she started shouting. I hung up. And then the smear campaign began. She went online and started posting that I had ruined her wedding video. She tagged vendors. She tried to blacklist me. She dragged my name through the mud. Thankfully, most people in the wedding industry know exactly how these situations play out. They know that clients like her exist, and they know my contract protects me. But even though my business is safe, I won't lie. The emotional toll hurt. Because here's the truth. She paid for a basic package. She got exactly what she signed for. And yet she still acted like I owed her unlimited free work. At the end of the day, her entitled behavior didn't ruin my career, but it did remind me that no matter how much you do for some people, they'll always demand more. Someone tried to steal our campsite. And now with an update, see the bottom of the post. We've got a good group of friends, and we camp together every year for Labor Day. 7 adults, 4 kids, 3 cars. We pay extra for the third car and are under the per-person maximum per site. Reservations open 11 months in advance. We book the same large site every year 11 months in advance. This is, hands down, the best site in the campground. Pull through for the camper, off by itself, huge space, set off from the road, facing the woods. A++++ site. Some of the sites are much smaller. I was the first to arrive at the campground at about 9 p.m. Friday night. Every site is full, except for one, and it isn't ours. It's the next site over, and it's a site that clearly can't fit a 32 trailer. We're kinda in Methlahoma out here, and this trailer was probably made in the 80s, so I'm pretty nervous when I go up to knock on the door. I immediately drop into my best Oklahoma accent and go full Southern lady. I'm terribly sorry to bother y'all, but here's my reservation email, and I think y'all are in my site. Oh no, this is the site we booked. Well, ma'am, would y'all mind if I looked at your reservation email? If they double booked us, we'll figure it out. Oh, let us find the email. They close the door. I wait 10 minutes. They don't pop out. I go ahead and call the ranger. They'll be here in 30 minutes. I wait 10 more minutes and knock on their door again. Were y'all able to find that email? Well, do we go to their website? No, it should be in your email. Well, what do you want us to do? We have kids asleep in here. Ma'am, my kids are asleep in the car, so I get it. We won't fit into that other site. If we can't get into this one, we won't have a space to sleep tonight. They still can't find the email. My friend finally pulls up with their trailer. The ranger came right after. Magically, they somehow find the email. They're supposed to be in the tiny site. They are now appealing to the ranger. Oh, we're supposed to leave tomorrow morning. Can't we just stay here? It's so much work to back in a trailer for just one night. Okay, we can compromise. Okay, we'll find somewhere else tonight if you can be out by 7 a.m. tomorrow so that we can get in. How about 11? That's checkout time. Nope. This is our site. We'll be nice, but we've got a full day tomorrow and we need to be set up by 8 a.m. That's so early. We have kids, but I guess we can be out by then. The ranger sees right through the potential drama that would happen at 7 a.m. the next morning and says, "Nah, you need to go ahead and move tonight." But we have sleeping kids? The ranger points to me. So does she. You need to move. Much cussing and grumbling, but they finally move their RV. Takes them a solid 45 minutes to get it slotted into that microscopic site. And here we are, Sunday afternoon, and their loud kids and their off-leash rat dogs are still in the site next door. The sites are fairly well spaced, so at least it's muted by the trees. Yesterday morning, one of the kids screams, "Why aren't we in the nice site anymore?" The mom, maybe grandma, I honestly was reading a book and not looking, then screams back, "Well, those people over there took our site." Should have booked earlier, my friends. Normally, we cook more food that we can eat and share with our neighbors. Nope, no steak for you. Update, Monday afternoon. Checkout time was 11. When we left, our friends were still there with no signs of packing up. So, to no one's surprise, the "we're leaving tomorrow" line was total BS. There were 3 adults in the site that we saw. 1 man, 1 older woman, and another woman who was maybe mid-40s, plus a handful of small children. The older lady was by far the more argumentative of them, but the whole interaction never escalated beyond passive-aggressive comments. The younger lady was quieter. Shock of all shocks, the younger of the 2 women came up to us yesterday evening and apologized for the other women's behavior. We told her it was a bad idea, but she wouldn't listen. She wanted the bigger site. She always tries to pull crap like this. She was extremely apologetic. So all's well that ends well. We lost an hour or so at the beginning of our trip, but had an amazing weekend with friends. We got a story out of it, and the neighbors didn't try to slash our tires. A successful weekend. Happy camping to y'all.